are watching The Writer's Block.
On the Virtual Channel Network. I'm Prudence Fraser.
And I'm Robert Sternin.
I was in the 6th grade play, and I thought it was a lot of fun. And I think a lot of people get into professional show business because they fall in love with theater, and that's certainly how it happened for me. But I didn't have the personality I knew or the drive to pursue a professional acting career. And this partnership began in college in a directing class in our senior year. Do you want to share that story?
Sure. I would say I got started, and then I'll get to your story, because I was pre-med and Chem 1 was at 8 in the morning and it was freezing in Boston. So I looked through the catalog and the drama classes were at 1, so it seemed like a better major. We got together, you mean like the Debbie Cracky story?
Yeah.
All right, we were in a directing class together at Tufts University, and the concept of the assignment was to take some other students in the class and stage the feeling that you got from a haiku. So one of the other students decided to cast us in a haiku. The feeling that she got was two strangers met on the hill and were instantly attracted to each other and started making out in the grass.
And a beautiful friendship was formed.
And she was my girlfriend's roommate at the time.
So we...
So it was fun.
Time went by.
We all had a great time.
And we got back together in Hollywood and decided to team up to pitch ideas to sitcoms, which is what our goal was, to become writers of television comedy.
I had gotten an MFA at UCLA in playwriting, and we actually, believe it or not, worked, well, not believe it or not, but we worked right here at Breakdown Services to start our career. At the time, there was no internet, so my job was to go to all the studios and pick up scripts to bring back to have casting breakdowns written. And we knew some people on some of the lots, and I was at the Warner Brothers lot, and we were hoping to become writers. And I was walking behind Bob Carroll and Madeline Davis, who were about 100 yards ahead of me, who had created I Love Lucy, and at the time had Alice on the air. And I thought, well, what I really need to do is accidentally bump into them. And I thought that running up from behind them and jumping on them was probably not going to seem like a big accident.
A little stalkerish.
So, yeah. So what I did is I actually ran around the soundstage, which was pretty big, and so that I could pass them coming forward. And I could say, oh my God, it's Bob Carroll and Madeline Davis. My partner and I were just talking about coming in and pitching stories to Alex, so that's what I did. So the moral of the story is seize your opportunity and be in good enough shape to run around a soundstage and not be winded when you get to the other side.
And to be ready when you get your opportunity. We did have about 5 stories that we had been talking about. I mean, we prepared pitches for all the shows that were on, but that was the one we got the opening for. We went in, pitched them, and they bought one that afternoon. It was a very exciting beginning. One of the things that we did before we even got that opportunity on Alice, though, Rob was getting his master's in playwriting at UCLA, and he wrote a 1-act, which I starred in, my final...
I directed. I thought that would be fun to direct my girlfriend. That was the last time I attempted that.
But we rented a little theater on Santa Monica Boulevard and put the show on, on
It was
weekends.
25 seats, literally, and if we brought our living room furniture, it was 30 seats. So we would bring a couch and 2 chairs from our living room to take
Put
it
down
up
in
to
the
30.
front row. And invited everyone in the industry to come see it, and one person
I will
did.
tell you who, and it's Gary David Goldberg. He had come to see our play for some reason and came back to see us. Well, there was no backstage. I guess it was out in the lobby or in the street, and said, I'm Gary David Goldberg, and I've just sold this pilot to NBC. This was February, and he said in May 15th, I'll find out if it's picked up, and if it's picked up, I'll call you guys and have you write an episode. Actually, then at that time, it was just me. And he did. He got picked up and he called and he hired me. Prue was getting kind of tired of being at acting auditions till 3 in the morning and not getting seen yet. So she kind of had come back to our apartment and said, I'm not sure I want to keep doing this acting thing. And I was freaking out that I thought the script was terrible. And I said to her, you should read the script. So she kind of read it and she said, there's no story. What's the story about? And I kind of said, but don't you think the jokes are funny? So she said, well, what's it about? Let's start from the beginning and see what it's about. So we kind of spent the better part of the night doing sort of a final rewrite together on that script, and kind of decided, why don't we, and I guess
Let's
we
do
were
this
engaged.
together.
And we thought, I remember what you said, if I just think of one thing in every script, then, it's the same checking account anyway. And the day that she ever just has one thing to say about a script did not happen, trust me.